Hello, hello. Okay, we're back. Step 2. So we've got our foot traced. And for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be using my son's foot. And the reason why is because his foot's a little bit wonky. As you can see, the whole foot turns a little bit. And the reason why that is because he was in a couple car accidents. His back is really messed up and it's ended up, your feet adjust to those sorts of things. So whether you're dealing with a funny foot like this, you might be dealing with health issues, swollen feet, or you might just have regular old normal feet. So let's see, that's the one that I did for you guys earlier. That's my foot. That's a fairly standard foot, right? This will work for no matter what you're dealing with, honestly. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to figure out, well, how the heck do we fix this? Right? Am I going to make my whole moccasin to that curve? No, of course not. They're leather. They're going to adjust to however your foot is shifting. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to smooth this out. And I'm going to do that just with a ruler. I'll show you that. And you might not need to do this step. If your foot is fairly straight, like mine is, this is a step that you can skip, but I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, we're working with leather. Things are going to adjust and shift around and stuff like that. So you just do the best that you can and things will work out. So next thing that we're going to do is we're going to cut out that foot. And we're not going to cut every single notch. For these toes and stuff, we're going to just cut some smooth edges, try and even everything out. And like that, we're not going to cut that out. We're going to even it across. Okay. I don't know, honey bunny. Okay, I'm doing a tutorial video right now. Okay, so that's what we've ended up with our foot. Now we're going to fold top to bottom. And you want these at your longest points. Okay, just try and center it best you can. I'm going to mark that line with a pen so we don't lose it. Okay, now we're going to do this. Line up those. So see how our lines are going to touch in there. That's how we're going to know we've got it square. Okay. Mark that up and down. Okay, now you can see what's happened here because his foot is kind of funny. Generally, that center line would end up right about, well, in the center, right? It's not doing that on his because his foot is so curved. Don't worry about that. So long as this area, you've got that part squared, things are going to work out. It's going to be fine. So I'm going to mark that. Oh, I already marked that line. Okay. We're going to fold this top to middle. Okay. I'll show you how to do that. And again, we want this center line hitting this center line and this longest part of the toe on there. Okay, so this part of the foot should technically be your widest area. And that's why we're marking it. It's not always. I've had some feet that I worked on and actually across the middle was the widest part. So down the road when we're looking for the widest part, if that did happen to be your center line, that's the one that you're going to use. If you've got the widest part of your foot is somewhere here in the middle, then you would want to mark a line straight across there instead, and this one would be irrelevant. But for the majority of feet, this fold here is going to be the longest part of your foot. And you can see because of my cut there, right? When I evened things out on this side, it did end up extending that line all the way to the end of his toe. So, like, generally, it's just going to do that. It's really quite simple. So that's it's easiest to try that fold first and see if it works. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. Just don't mark your line and find your other largest area of the foot and mark a line there. I hope that makes sense. Okay, now our next step is we're going to fold the heel up to the center. Again, always make sure that your line here is hitting that line. Okay, do not mark this measurement. You don't need it. What we're now going to do is we're going to fold that up again to the line that you just made. Okay, mark this very bottom line. This is the one that you're going to be using. Okay, so we have 3 marked lines, top, middle, and bottom.